camera on, coming in here. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all see me come up in here. Yeah. I know I have to turn these cameras when I'm coming up in here because these people in there will accuse you of anything. You know y'all know how the white man work. Got to nowadays. These people. People just ignorant nowadays, stupid. Okay, yeah, they got the piece of salt right. Oh, I gotta get some cheese, bro. Cheese in the box. It's gonna be more expensive. Yeah, it's gonna be more expensive. So I better go and get the packed dry one. Although they're gonna be kind of expensive too. You know, I realize that if you speaking about something positive in a video, most people ain't gonna, when they hear you talking something positive, they're gonna get out. But if you talking about controversial topics and stuff, they gon' people gonna stay. They gonna come in there. You know, if you ain't somebody that's a billionaire, they make you a billionaire when you come, especially when you're against your own people. Yeah, they'll come in here, and if you say all kinds of stuff about so-called black people, your own people, talk about how much of a crime it don't go to the root of it, well, what caused them to be like that and stuff. When you start talking about the cause of it, they gonna scan out, or they gonna have a problem with you, or they gonna come in, threaten you, threaten to beat you up, threaten to have a box matching with you, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they gonna threaten to have a boxing match with you. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they'll do. Like they did in my video some days ago. About a week now. Yeah, they'll threaten to fight you. Just like that man came. It might be him here now. He probably just can't comment because they YouTube disabled the comments. They naturally do that. If you say certain things, they do that on TikTok. They'll naturally disable your comments and stuff when you don't. So maybe that's what the new thing that they got going on now. when you say certain things and you put controversial stuff down, like you know, they probably, well, he ain't no threat. He only talking about what's going on with his people. You know, and they probably disable the comment. That's probably why they ain't been commenting uh, on the video and stuff. Which is probably good thing. I say it's a good thing. Yeah, that's what I say. I say it's a good, which is a good thing. Yeah, I would say it's a good thing. So maybe they got to fix where they can't come in. When you're talking about white people, oh man, they gonna, if you talk about them in a good way and saying, like, if you go to saying things like God loves everybody and this and that and third, oh yeah, they'll love that. They'll comment like, oh man, I enjoyed the live stream and everything. I did that. But neither when you go talking about the stuff that your people go through, all the how we be treated in this country and stuff, oh my goodness, you become a threat. All of a sudden now, you become a threat. They say, we don't mind you saying anything, but when you go to tell them the truth, we don't like that. We got to kick your ass. We gonna beat your ass now. No, child, you live in a society where people, it ain't about the truth no more. Esau like, hell no, we ain't having that. Like, they got this thing going around like, you got some of the brothers who have strayed away from the faith, right? They're going around teaching that God loves everybody, where they once was telling people, teaching the truth, and now they speaking and telling people that God loves everybody. Now, we know that there's a difference between Jews and Gentiles in the Bible. So my thing is, why would you even have a debate about slavery when it happened? Why would you have a debate about something that actually really, if it actually happened, it happened? Well, I mean, what what people gonna do next? They gonna take my videos. What they gonna do? They gonna take my videos and just look at them and say, there's a guy on YouTube by the name of The Real Hebrews. He talks about slavery and what happened with his people. And now all of a sudden everybody gonna make videos and say, oh, they're gonna debate whether if I'm the real person or not. Is that the new debate we got going on? You'd be like, man, really? Is this the new debate we got going on? Yeah, yeah. They're gonna be like, is this the new debate we got going on? I don't put nothing past if you like. It's a waste of time, man. It's just a waste of time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's a waste of time, man. Debating people, it's it's a it's a waste of time. Why would you waste your time debating people? It ain't even worth debating people. hmm It's just ain't worth debating people, especially when you know it to be true. Yeah, like they say, if you know something to be true, why would you debate it? You see a Coke sign like that, you know it's a Coke sign. Why would you debate it whether it's a written Coke sign? That's dumb. hmm Why would you debate a Coke sign when you know it's a damn Coke sign? hmm Well, something else. Mhm. Okay. Sometimes I put my camera and let them know. Yeah, okay. I'm debating. I mean, I'm in now too. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Now, let me. Okay. So I paid for one, two, three things. Oh wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Total zero balance. This receipt came up out of here, but it's showing zero this and zero this and subtotal, and it gave me a receipt, and it's like I don't know what this is here.
Okay, it's saying Ragu pizza, something great value, and bananas.
Oh, yeah, bananas. Yes,
Oh, heavy whipping cream.
it's not tick.
Those three. Those three are paid for.
Oh, okay, all right.
Let me just clear it.
Oh, I was wondering why that popped up there like that. Okay, yeah, all right. Now let me. Peace. Let me look on. Let me look on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. People that's Uncle Tom's, I don't even like speaking to them. Now, some people may think that's wrong. Probably will. What would you do? People that are so to just that type of mindset, I don't even feel comfortable even speaking to people or dealing with people like that. And when I come in, I have to, well, what I do, I just document myself when I go in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let me make sure that, oops, make sure I didn't leave nothing in there. Yeah, I had to make sure that I didn't leave nothing in there. sometimes I think those self-checkout registers play tricks on you. Yeah, sometimes I think they do. But you do feel a bit awkward, a little kind of weird when they when you be, I mean, you know what I'm saying? People say you're making a big deal out of it, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? But when they do come up, maybe he probably don't come out and try to do what he's doing because he realized I told him that I was recording, and for my safety and document that's I told him that's why I document everything when I come in. So that was the only thing for me to do because he was saying, I said, okay. Because he got upset. He really got mad because I really took up for a black woman, my sister, I was taking up for her. When they came and was like something that he said wasn't paid for, like it's just crazy. So I became a target. Would I like it if somebody did that for me? Absolutely I would. If somebody walked up and backed me up while in a corner while they were sitting up there coming up to me, ganging around me, seeing if where your receipt at and all that kind of stuff, treat me like you a criminal. And if somebody walk up in my behalf and say, hey, why y'all, if one of my people walked up and say, don't be stalking that man like that. Y'all stalking us. This is all part of slip. I would feel good. It would make me feel good, man. You would. It's a wonderful feeling to know that you got somebody that will stand behind you if you see a gang of people coming up against you. Let me know how you would feel if somebody was. It would be the same thing if somebody was ganging up on the fight you or beat you up or something. How would you feel if some people gather in, your brother, your sister gather in and defend you? It would make you feel, more than likely, it would make you feel good. You would feel special. You would really feel good about that. Name one person that wouldn't. To protect you from getting hurt or harmed and stuff, and they standing, that's a beautiful thing. You tell me it won't make you feel good. It will. It'll make you feel, of course it'll affect your emotions in a positive way. So that's what I did for the black woman. Now they got a lot of people that would probably say in the comment section, well, they wouldn't do it for you and they wouldn't. Well, I would say, well, that's because they've been conditioned not to. Just like we have been conditioned not to check up on people a lot. I have. I'll call, like, if I call somebody one time checking up on somebody out of every 6 months or whatever, that's foolish of me. And I can admit that I did that. Because we have been conditioned that way, because we have been separated and set apart for so long. So it would, yeah. But I'm trying to condition myself up out of that. Because we've been trained to be, ever since segregation, they did it. It all started with segregation. And it put our mind frame into, here, I ain't got to call them every day and check on them. I ain't got to do this here. Because we've been conditioned that way, because all of that is the effects of slavery. You see them coming, you're like, oh, I don't want to be bothered when they come by too much. With slavery, man. Slavery conditioned you in a lot of ways. Just imagine how we were before we was colonized. Think about what the condition that we was in before any Europeans ever came over here. Our people, we wasn't like this. We wasn't, well, I can deal with you. Don't call me in the hour at 3 in the morning talking about you just want to talk or you just want to do this and like, man, I was in the bed, man. That man disturbed me, called me at 3 in the morning talking about he want to talk. Now, naturally, we've been conditioned that way by nature. We've been conditioned that way. It's embedded in our psyche that, okay, why would they call me in the middle of the night? I'm trying to rest. I'm asleep. I'm tired. Because during slavery, they would wear the slaves out like that. And the slaves got so tired of, they didn't like the idea of they worked all day, barely got any rest. And it just, what it did, it beat the positive out of us. It's sort of like a person can be nice and you walking up and you just taking your fist and you punching and hitting on a person that's a sweet, nice person, and you keep punching them and hitting them. Finally, they're gonna get tired and they're gonna start fighting back. What you did, you just embedded it in their psyche. If somebody walk up and go to punching and hitting on them, you're gonna start hitting them back. So immediately now you're conditioned into naturally defending yourself because it wasn't in you to do it, but now they the choice. Okay, now I got to defend myself. Yeah, I got to defend myself now. Because you kept picking with the person and kept hitting them and kept picking on them and picking on them until they like, okay, I didn't bother. And people looking at it like, wait a minute, that man ain't never bothered nobody. That sister ain't never bothered me. I ain't never noticed them to get into no fight with nobody. It's because the person kept picking on them. So when our people went into slavery, the beginning of slavery, like in 1619, when our people went into slavery, at the beginning of it, they were still nice and good and kind and sweet. You know what I mean? They was really good people. They wasn't. Our people wasn't selfish, none of that. But when they went to taking out the whips and went to beating the slaves and stuff like that, it beat that out of them because they didn't know what negative was. Just like the story of Adam, God told them to don't. It wasn't a literal fruit. It was about obedience to not accepting the other nation's doctrine. God said, look, don't have heed and listen to these doctrines. These doctrines is not good for your family. I'm just putting it into modern day breakdown. Because back in Bible day, that's how it was. They had it like that. Do not eat from the tree. Have God said you should not eat of every tree of the garden. The trees represents nations of people. If you go and look in Revelation 7:1, it breaks down the trees of what the trees are. It is people. Simple, it's people. Don't go and mess with the other tribes. Leave them other tribes or nations alone. Stay within your tribe. Don't follow another tribe's doctrine, but your own culture. Because every tribe in the Bible has their own culture and has their own customs. So that's what that was about. It wasn't really about no literal fruit. People think it was, but no. It was all about them looking at the other women of the other nations of people, and they was more like, damn, these women is attractive, but God said don't mess with them. It looks good. He said don't eat of that tree. That's what it means. Not literally eating an orange or an apple. It wasn't even an apple or none of that. It was just about you go into 1 John 15 and 10. No, 1 John 15, 2, 3. I think it says a tree is known by its fruit, right? Ye should know them, but it says beware of false prophets that come to you in sheep clothing. That's what God was dealing with. It was not talking about no literal fruit. It was talking about the fruits of the prophets, the fruits of the other nations. They seduced the nation of Israel into following their customs, and our people they went following after those customs of the other nations. Now, this is the reason why our people celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving. That's what I like to call it. Well, what they call Thanksgiving, I call Thanksgiving. And because that wasn't our culture. That's not our culture. That wasn't our language. English language comes from Europeans. That's not our language. That's not our culture. That's not none of that. Thanksgiving was about the slaughter of the Native Americans, which I call Thanksgiving. Yeah. Yeah, Thanksgiving was about the slaughter of the Native Americans. Yeah. So people miss. Matter of fact, I may put that. I'm gonna check with my mother and make sure she good and everything, and then I go in the room and I do. Oh, I owe some videos too because I got to keep on doing those lessons, and I want to get all the way to lesson 32 on Daniel's seminar, prophecy seminar, lessons of Daniel. Those are the old lessons from, ooh, man, I was like in my 20s. Yeah. So people got the context of scriptures properly. That's why the Hebrew brothers is only teaching that salvation is for everybody, because for one, they really wasn't full rooted and grounded in the truth for them to do that. They wasn't really fully rooted and grounded, because if they was fully rooted and grounded, they didn't even believe what they was saying themselves. They wasn't sure what they were saying. They just taught it and wasn't fully rooted in it. Yeah. I agree with Brother Melvin Wisdom. He said you have to like reread things and reread it over and over and over to make sure you got it right. So that's the reason why I said I'm gonna go and I'm gonna continue to just context the scriptures, because God is very clear in certain context, and I agree with the Bible when it says you have to line up on line, precept upon precept. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna get up out of here, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, bro. Hold on, let me